Hey everyone, thank you so much for coming to my channel. This is Dee and it is time to do some savings challenges. Woo, all right. So before we get started though, let me show you one that I just purchased. So this morning I was watching Yureli's video from She Has Cash and Plans and I died laughing because I am a victim and a survivor of the chancla. So for those of you that are not familiar with the Mexican culture, basically anytime we do something terrible like mouth off or get sassy with our parents, with our mom specifically, we get smacked with a chancla. So she whips that chancla out and it gets flung at you and you better be quick in order to try to dodge it. So for me, my mom wasn't good with words, but she was so good with that chancla, man. She had aim. So if I ever upset her, I knew I better run. In fact, this is probably oversharing, but I know that she lost a toenail one time chasing my brother around, trying to give him the chancla. So we all, those of us that are Mexican, have many memories associated to the chancla. So basically what this is she listed this in her shop and it's actually 3 pages. So it's 3 different versions. I'm going to be using the blank one because I'm the kind of person that's like, don't tell me what to do, let me do it myself. Let me come up with my own rules. So I'm actually going to be coloring in one at a time instead of in pairs. But she does give you the option of having preset amounts. Some people love that, having it preset for them. So I thought this was great. This one she had specifically made for the month of February because there are the 28 days or the 28 sets of chanclas. And this other one is for just your average month. So for me, the way that I'm going to do it is when I decide to go on a no spend, then I'll decide, how much my punishment is for being naughty and breaking my no spend. And so I'll color in one chancla at a time because this adds up to 70, which could be a lot of money if, let's say, you say each chancla is $10 or $20 or, whatever you want your punishment to be. But I need your input. What would you consider a true no spend? Because it varies depending on the person. Some people who are hardcore like me are like, you did not spend a single dime on anything that day. Other people are like, well, it's okay if you spent money on bills or if you spent money just on food, whatever it is. So in your opinion, what would you consider a no spend? That's what I'm kind of mulling over before I go into it and jump into this challenge. But I thought this was just so funny, brought back so many memories, and she has an envelope that she'll be listing for this as well. So I thought that was just hilarious all around. So a new savings challenge that I'm starting for this month, and I'm hoping to do a different new challenge every month, is by Allison, the Budget Bird. So there is her YouTube channel and picture. And for this one, there are 5 weekends leading up to my birthday. So every savings challenge weekend that I do, I'm going to roll 3 dice. The number that I roll is how much I'll put in each cake. I'll add it all up when it's time for my birthday, and that's how much money I'm going to spend on myself guilt-free. So let's say that I happen to roll all ones for some strange reason, then the least I would save is $15 to blow on my birthday, which is great. That's, usually for me $20 is the amount for a birthday gift. And if I happen to roll 6s every single time somehow, then I would end up with $90 to blow for myself, which is a lot. I showed you guys my budget, my paycheck. So yeah, $90 for this teacher is a lot of money. So even if I fall somewhere in the middle, it's still a good amount. So I'm going to go ahead and roll the dice. This is probably going to be loud. Here is my Yahtzee cup to help me with this job. So trigger warning, you might want to cover your ears in case this is really loud since it's the first time doing it. So here we go. So for today, I'm saving 5, saving 4, and I'm saving 2. So let's go ahead and color in those cakes. Sitting here laughing at this printable because it's like she got cakes, and yes I do. You're gonna find out with my next challenge. So I'm gonna sloppily and quickly color this in. I'm also open to suggestions to what to spend this money on when I do save it up. As you saw by yesterday's video, I am super frugal, so I always find ways to get things cheap or reduced. It's really hard for me to come up with something to really spend money on that's expensive. For me, it's like, man, I worked so hard for that money, so it's hard to splurge it on something fancy, but maybe I should. So let me know what you all think. The reason this cake is purple is because I am an Aquarius. So I definitely live up to the reputation of being a weirdo Aquarian. So this one gets $5. This one gets $4. And this one gets 3. Should have picked a marker for this instead. So 9, 10, 11, 12. So $12 for the first round. Not too shabby. So let's go ahead and open up my new savings challenge binder, which happens to be a repurposed Simply Gilded album that Sonia had gifted to me from Lil Annabelle's Plans. And then I just created my own savings envelopes or cash envelopes. So there's a video tutorial on how to do this if you're interested in making vellum cash envelopes. So then here's 10, 11, $12. That's gonna go into my birthday cash envelope. So that's already looking good. I mean, $12. I can stretch that sucker and get myself a pretty cool gift just with that alone. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4 more weeks to go. So let's see what this comes out to for my birthday to celebrate getting old. For my next savings challenge, this is from Gina Renee RN Budgets, and the timing was perfect because I start the challenge officially today. Went to the post office and she surprised me with some happy mail, so that happens to tie into this. So this is her way to save challenge, and as I always do, I tweaked it a little bit to do it my own way. So embarrassing, but this is my starting weight. So on January 1st, I weighed myself and I weighed 207.4 pounds. If you're shocked, you should be, because that's a lot of weight. However, this time last year, I weighed 228 point something. So, you know, that's a difference. I have been working my way down. My goal weight is 155 because of the fact that this is the end of what's considered healthy for my size. I'd gotten down to 170 about 5 or 6 years ago, and I looked bony at 170. So at 155, man, I can't even imagine how skinny that would look on me. So that's my goal by December 31st. However, I changed it around. These are her rules. For me, it's going to be all or nothing. I have to lose at least 1 pound a week in order to meet this goal. In order to do that, if I do lose a minimum of 1 pound each week on my weigh-in, then I'll put $10 into my envelope. However, if I gain weight, then I donate that money, and you'll see me do the transaction where I deposit the money to whatever charity I choose, and I'll be sharing different charities. If I happen to lose weight every week, I would save a total of $520 because there's 52 weeks in the year. If I gain weight every week, then there's a charity somewhere out there that's going to get a $520 donation. So either way, I consider it a win-win. So again, all or nothing. If I stay exactly the same, which I don't think that's possible because I'm weighing it down to the ounce, then I don't save money and I don't donate. But again, I doubt that's going to happen. So I'll either save that money or donate it. But here is the gift that Gina had sent. First of all, hooray for recycling queens. I love the fact that she sent this in a Bath & Body Works box, that she repurposed the box, so that's awesome. If you don't know this about Gina, she is a pink fanatic. So even though my camera's not doing a good job, this is pink tissue paper with pink sparkles. So here's the thing, and here's something to know about me. Gina and I had been messaging back and forth, and she's like, hey, I have this extra label maker. Would you want it? And before she had even finished saying that, the answer was yes. The answer is always going to be yes for me because of the fact that I love hand-me-downs. I have no problems with that. I'm the youngest in my immediate family, and on my mother's side, I'm the youngest of all, like, the nieces and nephews and all that stuff, the grandkids, I guess. And if you take into consideration that Mexican families have hundreds of nieces and nephews and grandkids, that's pretty darn impressive. So as you can imagine, being the youngest, I was the hand-me-down queen. And so I love hand-me-downs. I have no problem. So anytime someone's like, I have this thing I don't want or can use, I'll be like, me, I'll take it. You know, I'll be happy to take it off your hands. So she sent the sweetest little card in which she explained that she was so excited that I'm doing the challenge. And girl, I'm excited to do it. I need to do this challenge. And the fact that she thought to make an envelope, to have an envelope made for the challenge specifically, which is so sweet. And it's so pretty and shiny, and you know my love of shiny things, so that's great. Love, love, love that. And then this is the label maker, so this is way fancier than what I was imagining. I thought it was going to be like, you know, the ones with the wheel that you like crank around and push in or whatever. This is like high tech, so I need to figure out how to use this. But of course, she's got her pretty little pink fluffy things, pretty pink shiny things. And I'm assuming this is the ribbon or the label thingy. So again, I need to figure out how to use this, but thank you, Gina. I know you're not even going to see this video. She's on a social media fast, basically. So with her church, they're doing a fast for food and for other things. And so she gave up social media for, I believe it's a total of 3 weeks. So thank you, thank you, thank you, even though you're not going to see this. I love the gift. So I am happy and shocked to report the fact that I actually lost weight. I honest to goodness didn't think I was going to. So I weighed myself this morning. And remember, I filmed the day before I released the video. That way I have time to edit, upload, all that stuff that takes forever. So the date for this one is 7? Or is it 8? My goodness. Oh, it has to be 8 because I weighed myself on the 1st. So 1/8/21. And I weighed 206.2, which is shocking because I'll do 206.2 because again, we're going right down to the ounce, which is shocking because I didn't even really try this week to be healthy. So for example, the drive home from Tucson from having my procedure done was 2 hours. And guess how I spent those 2 hours? I had a big box of gas station gizzards sitting on my lap. And as I was driving, I would dip the gizzards in gravy into my mouth. Spent 2 hours doing that because it was a big family-sized box just for me. So just to give you an idea of all the stress eating that I was doing. So that's why I'm absolutely shocked that even with that, I managed to lose a little bit more than a pound, which is absolutely awesome and amazing. That means I get to put $10 into my envelope. And because it's the beginning of the year, I haven't had time to make change. Remember, I only have access to an ATM that makes 20s. So I had to scramble and make do with some ones that I had stashed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So $10 goes into my Way to Save challenge. So the savings challenge is available in her Etsy shop. So I'll link that in my description box along with Yureli's Chancla challenge. So there is that. Right, I'm going to restart this bingo challenge. This one is for a total of $325. And the intended purpose for now, unless something comes up and I have to shift gears, is to use it for a vacation. So I haven't traveled anywhere in 2 years. What I'm hoping to do then is right before school starts is to have a little bit of money set aside so I could just go have a fun weekend before I go back to the classroom and start teaching. And this will be a great little way to do it. So let's go ahead and spin the bingo wheel. All right, so not too shabby. $14 is what I need to put away. If you haven't seen my previous round of bingo challenges, I like to use this marker that I found on Amazon and love. So it's linked in my description box. It is rounded on one end so you can stamp with it. And then on the other end, it's the regular marker that you can write with. I've never actually used that side of the marker because I just stamp the heck out of everything. So there's my first official stamp. $14 goes into this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Again, I need to go to the bank to make change in other denominations, but that is a 1 hour round trip drive. and I just haven't been up to it this week, so we'll see. So there's my bingo envelope. I get stuffed into there, and then it'll get changed out once I get other denominations. So this is my alphabet challenge, and the purpose of this one is to save up for a new wardrobe when I return to the classroom, because right now all my clothes are old and beat up, and just to be excited to, you know, to be done with sabbatical and to go back, I want to have some fresh new clothes to wear in the classroom. So let's go ahead and spin the wheel. All right, you. So it's telling me you are going to be looking so fancy with your new wardrobe. So $21. So that is going to go into my ABC. There's my 21. So there we go. And then last but not least is going to be Veronica's $5 savings challenge. So this one, every time you save $5, you mark off a 5, and it's a total of $500 saved. So I consider this like a mini emergency fund, because remember, if you follow Dave Ramsey's baby steps, he recommends, if you're starting on a debt-free journey, to have at least $1,000 saved up. So I'm gonna put in 2 5s, just so that the other 5 isn't lonely if I put it in there by itself. And I'm gonna color in 2 of these. Veronica, 40 Plus Life, loves black. And so for you, girlfriend, as you can see, you know, everything is for her black and red. So as just for you, I'm going to use a black permanent marker. So there is that. And that is it for today. Those are my savings challenges that I'm starting the year off with. Again, I tend to stick to small amounts because I do work with such a little budget. Hopefully, eventually I can move on up to the big savings challenges. But for now, this is what I'm working with. So if you are doing any special challenges that you've started this year, just like I have, let me know. I'd love to get more ideas, because I have a feeling throughout the year I'm going to be trying out lots of different savings challenges because they're so much fun and so motivating. So thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day.